Okay, what is the most valuable thing that you have? Seriously, think about it for a moment. What is more important? What's more irreplaceable than anything else? Did you say time or love? Because those two have to be right there at the top, don't they? So every day we go to work and we trade our time away from the people we love and the things we love to do in exchange for a paycheck. And then when we get the paycheck, we compare the amount of that check versus the sacrifice that we made in order to get that check. And clearly we're getting screwed, right? But then you think, what choice do I have, right? Bills to pay, what choice do I have? So if we are going to be forced into making this trade, exchanging our time for this paycheck, then we had better make damn sure we're getting the most for our investment, right? So now millions of people have this idea, this attitude that if you're going to pay me a little bit, I'm going to work a little bit. You know, if that's all you're paying me, then this is all I'm doing. And I get it. It makes perfect sense. But let me ask you a question. What is the sacrifice that you're making? When you go to work, what are you giving up? What are you losing? Time away from the people you love and the things you love doing. So if you play around on your phone, if you ride the clock, if you hide, whatever it is you do, then what have you received in exchange for your investment, for your sacrifice? What do you now have at the end of your 8-hour shift? Not much. A paycheck that isn't anywhere close to the value of what you've sacrificed. That's all you get. Now, I think that people do this because there is a fundamental misunderstanding of what it is we're paid for. One of those things that we've been lied to about, because if you were told and if you believe that you're getting paid to do a job, if you're getting paid for the work you're doing, well, you've been lied to. You've been screwed again. Because the fact is, we're not paid for the job we do. We're not paid for the work. We're paid for the resume we've built. Now think about this for a little bit. This is a different idea, but why do people with college degrees get paid so much more than people without degrees, on average? Is it because that if you have a degree, you're somehow work harder, you're smarter, you're better than everyone else? We know that's not true. Then what is it? Quite simple. It looks good on a resume. And we all understand that the degree itself is bullshit, right? We get it. And even people with a degree, if I ask them the right questions, I have these conversations with people all the time. Ask them the right questions and they have to admit that yes, the degree is pure bullshit. It's not an education. It's a bullshit degree, but it looks good on a resume. And so people get it and they do get paid more for that. Why? Because we're paid for the resume we built. Now, if you do not have a resume, how in the hell are you supposed to ever be paid what you're worth? Or if your resume is short and unimpressive, again, how in the hell are you supposed to ever get paid anything even close to the sacrifice that you've made of your time away from the people you love and the things you love to do? So then it becomes really obvious that there are very few things that you could ever do that would be more valuable than working on your resume, building a world-class resume, right? Now, then we ask, okay, how do I do that? Well, let me ask you, what if you were to begin to use the job that you have right now to build your resume? You'd still do the work, you're still doing the job, but your focus is no longer on the job. Your focus is on how you can develop and build and improve your resume. You show up every day not to do the job, but to build your resume. And you get the job done in the process. I'm not saying just completely abandon your duties. Don't do that. That's a loser strategy. You're doing the job, but you're doing everything in a way that you build your resume. Now, one of the big things that you can do is learn. One question that we all need to ask ourselves at the end of every day is, what did I learn today? And if you don't have a good answer to that question, if you keep showing up each day and you haven't learned anything, well, you've missed opportunities along the way. This isn't as obvious as it sounds. It isn't easy. It's going to take some creativity. But if you dedicate yourself to the entire time you're there, you are there to learn something. Everybody that you work with, everybody that you come in contact with, every experience you have is an opportunity to learn and improve and develop skills that you will take with you to your next job. And this is all about improving your resume so that you can go launch out and get a better job. There's some small chance that you'll get promoted at the place where you're at, but for whatever reason, companies have given up on promoting from within. We see it all the time. They hire other people to come in and make them your boss, correct? We've all experienced that. And so most likely what they are going to force you to do, because they're not going to promote you, or if they're too slow in promoting you, you're going to go out and get a better job. And so you are learning what you can to develop your resume so that you can launch out into a better position, or a position that gives you even more learning opportunities at the next company. Now, the next thing that you can think about every day when you go to work is, what are the problems that everybody around me is experiencing? What do I struggle with? What do other people struggle with? Because if you can figure out solutions to those problems, now you demonstrate that you are a leader. And developing high quality solutions to problems makes you incredibly valuable. It is a skill. Most people think they're good at it. Very, very few people are. But if every day you go to work, you are focused on what you can do to solve problems, creative solutions for yourself, for your coworkers, for customers, for managers. It demonstrates that you are skilled, that you are a leader. You become unbelievably valuable to everybody. If you get good at this, if you join the handful of people who are truly good at this, you become the person that every single company on the planet is looking for, and they begin to fight over having you. And if you can get into a place where a wage war, where multiple places are having a wage war over you, your income skyrockets, and that's where you want to be. And so, yes, this is going to require some work and some effort, but let me ask you something. When you go to work, if you ride the clock and play on your phone, or you improve your resume, it's the same sacrifice, 8 hours of your life, right? It costs you exactly the same. At the end of those 8 hours, after you have made the sacrifice, after you've made the investment of that time that you can never have back, you either have a better resume or you don't, every single day. And if you do that day after day after day after day, it does compound. Now, I know what the objection that a lot of people have. They get all focused on the company. Well, it's not fair. They're not paying me enough. They're not paying me to do this, to solve their problems. And you're right. They're not paying you to solve their problems. They're not paying you to put in that kind of effort. We agree on that. You're not doing it for them. You're doing it for yourself. And if I can be completely blunt with you, and I'm just give you a little language warning heads up right here, because I'm going to talk to you like an adult. What I see all the time is an attitude of, the company's fucking me over, so I'm going to fuck them right back twice as hard. And it comes with this anger and this irritation. I get it. I understand. But so often, what people do in their attempt to fuck over the company and fuck over their boss and in that revenge attitude is they fuck themselves over twice as hard, because they're losing the opportunity to improve their resume. And again, because people are so focused on thinking that they get paid for the job that they do, get paid for the work, and they forget that, and they don't realize that they're being paid for the resume they built, then you don't take that opportunity to build a better resume. And you can spend the next 30 years of your life underpaid and miserable and in that daily grind. You don't want that. So this is why I'm encouraging you. Take advantage of the opportunities around you. focus on building your resume. Now, this does bring us into one other question, and that is, what about the people who get paid well? We hear the stories all the time of people who do get paid well, but they are absolutely miserable in that daily grind. They're doing a job they hate that's sucking the life right out of them. And sure, they're getting a paycheck that is a little bit bigger. Maybe they live in a nicer house, but they're miserable. So what about that? Are you going to end up in a situation where you improve your resume, you're getting paid more, but you're still stuck in this grind, wasting your life? Well, that is an entirely different conversation for an entirely different video. So we're going to have to pick up that in another video. For those of you who are following along, you will see it. For those of you who aren't following along, you're going to miss out. Have a great day.